Watch out. Don't do your good deeds publicly, to be admired by others, for you will lose the reward from your Father in heaven. When you give to someone in need, don't do as the hypocrites do, blowing trumpets in the synagogues and streets to call attention to their acts of charity. I tell you the truth, they have received all the reward they will ever get. But when you give to someone in need, don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. Give your gifts in private, and your Father, who sees everything, will reward you. When you pray, don't be like the hypocrites who love to pray publicly on the street corners and in the synagogues where everyone can see them. I tell you the truth, this is all the reward they will ever get. But when you pray, go away by yourself, shut the door behind you, and pray to your Father in private. Then your Father, who sees everything, will reward you. When you pray, do not Battalogesete, as the pagans do, for they think their prayers are answered, for their polylogia. Don't be like them, for your Father knows exactly what you need, even before you ask him. Instead, pray like this: Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Battalogesete. Battalogesete. This is perhaps one of the most profound mysteries in Scripture, and possibly a key to unlocking it. That word right there, in the midst of the lead-up to one of the most prayed prayers in human history, has been translated for centuries as vain repetitions, empty phrases, meaningless babble, and almost no one has stopped to ask if that's what it truly means. I want to be very careful here, because the people who gave us that translation were far from fools. They were working from a real etymological tradition. The idea that bata derived from an ancient word for stammering, that somewhere behind Matthew's Greek is the echo of a king named Battus, a man known for weak and stuttering speech, and that Jeshua had reached across 6 centuries and 800 miles to reference an obscure North African monarch, to teach Galilean fishermen, tradesmen, and even Roman soldiers how to pray. That's the inheritance we receive. And I want to honor that tradition, even as I question it. Because the questioning, if it's honest, is itself an act of faithfulness. But here's what I can't get past. Matthew 6:7, in the Greek, contains no word for vain, no word for empty. Those words, kenos, simply don't appear in the text. They were inserted by translators, with the best of intentions, I'm sure, but inserted nonetheless. What was written in Matthew is Battalogesete, a single compound word, a hapax legomenon, meaning it appears nowhere else in all of Greek literature. Not the Septuagint, not in Josephus, not in Philo, not in any classical or Hellenistic source. One appearance in this verse, in this moment. And what did we do with it? We flattened it into babbling. The hard truth. If the traditional interpretation is correct, if Jeshua was warning against repetition, then he committed the very sin he'd condemned approximately 30 seconds prior. Because what follows Battalogesete is the Lord's Prayer, a structured, repeatable, communal prayer, given as a model, given as a command. Pray like this. Psalm 136 repeats, "His steadfast love endures forever," 26 consecutive times. The Psalms themselves are liturgical, written to be sung again and again and again and again. The entirety of Hebrew prayer tradition is repetition in covenant faithfulness. Did Jeshua contradict himself in the span of a breath? Or have we missed something in the translations? Join me in a forensic investigation into the believed origin of the term and explore a potential translation buried in time. One that doesn't yield so many concerns. Together, we'll examine every pillar the traditional interpretation stands on, and we watch them, one by one, come down.